As you talk, the images and what you see and what you sense will get clearer and clearer. Every time you talk, it will get clearer and clearer. So you say that you feel like you're at a Renaissance time. Now look down at the ground. What do you see at the ground?
Just grass, people.
Look down at your feet. What are you wearing? Are you wearing anything on your feet?
Blue shoes.
Blue shoes?
Blue shoes.
Very good. Look at your fingers. How many fingers do you have?
5 or 10.
Good.
Dainty.
What are you wearing?
Blue dress. Pretty. Fancy.
Can you describe it to me?
Might be velvet. Small waist. Low cut. Lots of people dancing. Milling around.
Are you female?
Female.
How old do you feel?
30, 32.
What are you doing?
I'm just standing there.
Is there any jewelry pieces you're wearing?
Looks like a necklace with white stones, white, not precious, flat white stones.
What shapes are they?
Oval.
Yes, very good. That's what I'm seeing. Great job. You're doing great. Now is there something that you're carrying?
Looks like that cartoon from Cinderella, or one of the stepmothers or something. I don't know what it is. Like a little wand or something. I don't know what it is.
A wand?
I don't know what it is. It might be a pointer or something pointed.
As you talk, the image will get clearer and clearer. It looks like a pointer. Very good. You're doing great. Now, do you recognize anyone in the crowd? You say that there's people dancing?
Jovial festival gathering, having fun walking around.
Yes. Very good. Are you there with someone?
I'm not getting that.
Good. Let's walk around and see what you do next. What do you do next?
There's tables with wares I think people are selling. A band on like a lifted stage kind of thing. They're lifted up a little bit.
Very good. Are you buying something?
Just looking.
Just looking. Good. How do you feel? Are you content? How do you feel being here?
Privileged.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I might be dressed better
Mm-hmm.
than some of the people there. Maybe snooty a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
My hair's better. Done up.
Yes. Move time along, move time along. What is it that you do next of importance?
In a very well appointed, I want to say castle, but whatever, living arrangement. Very well appointed.
Is this your home?
Yes.
Where are you standing right now?
Foyer, entryway.
Mm-hmm. Did you just come home?
No, I think I stand there and just look at everything.
Describe what you see. Try to focus if there's
Pillars,
something. Good. Uh-huh.
pillars, velvet, sofa, artwork, vases, big vases, stairway, big staircase. Beautiful,
Mm-hmm.
very beautiful.
Good. Now focus on something in the home. What draws your attention? What draws your attention? Go to it and tell me what it is.
Piano, big piano.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. Just I look at all my possessions.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Marie Antoinette a little.
Do you play the piano?
Yes, I
Mm-hmm.
can play the piano.
Mm-hmm.
I play classical songs on the piano.
Oh.
And I can imagine or picture get togethers
Mm-hmm.
with people,
Yes.
and there's piano playing and conversation and chatter, beverages,
Mm-hmm.
fine fruit, big fireplace, big painting over the fireplace. I'm not playing the piano right now, but someone is.
Yes. Very good. Is there anyone else in the home besides you?
People.
Mm-hmm.
It's a party, I think.
Oh, you have a party?
It's a small gathering.
Mm-hmm.
Um, everybody's finely dressed
Mm-hmm.
in the 1700s.
Yes. Let's go to someone that draws your attention. One of the people that's there in your home. Let's go to them. You're standing in front of them. Describe who you see.
It's a man, big belly, nice, not attractive, puffed up, thinks he's important. I see a servant walking around with a tray. Tray of food.
And this man, let's look at him some more. Let's look at his eyes. You can recognize a soul through the eyes. Let's find out why he drew your attention. Do you recognize him?
My second husband. My second husband.
Is he your friend there, or what is he?
Same exact as my second husband. We both, it was a mutually beneficial arrangement. Money, prestige, yeah, pedigree. Neither lasted.
Very good. What do you do next?
But I don't think I left that. I'm getting French too. That this was in France. I didn't leave him then, but I left the second time. So that if I want that comfort again, it's not the comfort or the money or the prestige.
Yes. Let's leave that scene there in that party, and let's go to another important time in this life. What do you see now? You're there now.
He dies. Care much, and I think I must be more concerned about the stuff. Fine furnishing.
Yes.
And I lost all of it. I lost after he died. Might have been the war too. I don't know.
How did he feel when he died?
40s, not that much older, 40s. And everything was changing.
Yes.
Everything was changing. And the rich it wasn't good to be rich. Changed. And now I'm in a simpler dress. It's brown. It's brown.
Yes.
And I'm very unhappy. Very happy.
Where are you standing now?
I feel like I'm it's like a stairwell or staircase, and I'm sitting down on a stair step, and I've got my head down, and my hair's not done up,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe crying,
Mm-hmm.
and my head down,
Mm-hmm.
but all lost. All the fineries in life was lost, and the, the world and everything's that class is lost.
Mm-hmm.
No point in going on. It's all over.
Mm-hmm. Let's leave that scene there. Leave that scene there. Go to another important time in this life. What do you seek? You're there now.
In a very sparse, looks like some, just, I don't know what it is, but very, like a metal bed, and I'm lying there,
Mm-hmm.
older, I don't know how old, gray hair,
Yes.
white sheets.
Mm-hmm.
Had it, lost it, die alone.
Mm.
Just
Did you ever have any children?
not seeing any.
Mm-hmm.
Pot-bellied man was older,
Yes.
unattractive. I may have been seeing somebody else,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know what he did, but he wasn't around a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But
Very
he
good.
died, and I lived on
Yes.
without findings.
You're lying here in this bed, and what's going on?
Sick.
Mm-hmm.
Must be some either makeshift hospital or
Mm-hmm.
just like a country house where somebody I knew took me in, or
Mm-hmm.
to live out. Yeah, it's like an old house in the country. I think there's war going on, and it's a lot of just, some of the women taking care of each other.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, I'm not thankful that I got to enjoy that life. I'm just sorry I lost it.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Do you feel like you're dying?
Just old and tired and
Mm-hmm.
pissed
Mm-hmm.
and resentful and
Yes.
shallow,
Mm-hmm.
shallow,
Mm-hmm.
very shallow person.
Yes.
Even friends that would take me in, I'm still treating them like servants.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's go to another important time. Leave that scene there. Go to another important time in this life. What do you see now?
I guess I just die there.
Mm. What do you see all around you?
See somebody coming in, putting a sheet over my head,
Mm.
pulling up the sheet.
Mm-hmm. Are you out of your body?
It must be I'm looking at me there.
Yes. What do you do next after you leave your body?
I don't know.
Let's move time along. Let's move time along, and let's see where you go after you leave your body. Where do you go? You're there now.
Looking down at the whole scene, whole situation. The haves and the have-nots. Wars. Just looking at the bigger picture of it all. The not understanding.
Very good. Now, I want you to leave that scene, go to another time, another life, where we'll find more answers that we seek for your highest good. Go to another life, another time. You're traveling through time and space, going to another time, where you will find answers you seek for your soul. You are there now. What do you see?
Big temples. White marble. White. Big, big, big. It's a temple with huge pillars. It's like a slab with stand that someone would lay down on for healing or something. And gardens around.
Yes. Look at yourself. What are you wearing on your feet?
Little flat, just little brown sandal things. Very, not much to them, just to keep the pebbles off my feet.
Yes. Look at what clothing you're wearing. Describe what you're wearing.
Pretty white gauze. No sleeves, just white, like a high rope braid under my breast, like a belt, fire, pretty down to the ground.
Is there any jewelry pieces on you?
See my hair. I think maybe something long that clasps and goes down and kind of moves around. Oh. Lots of hair.
How's the hair? What kind of style does it have?
Well, blonde, thick, curl, not tight curls, pretty wavy, long, something forehead,
Mhm.
braided gold.
Mm.
I see there's people on this slab.
Mhm.
They come for something.
Mm. Let's go towards those people. What?
See men.
Uh-huh. You see what?
A man.
A
There's a
man left.
man.
Okay.
A man comes.
Let's talk to this man. Mhm.
I'm just doing some. I feel like I'm spinning them. I don't know how that would work. If it's an energy thing, they spin, or maybe not physically spin. Or world, maybe like an energy whirl above.
Mhm.
Um, I see my hands moving. I don't touch them. Like a swirl,
Mhm.
a slab. I don't know what I'm healing them for. And there's light there too. There's lights. Um,
Mm.
I'm behind, I'm standing.
Mhm.
The slab's in front. His head's in this direction.
Yes.
There's colors in this swirl. And I don't know, I have no idea what I'm healing it for.
Good.
So much hair.
How do you feel?
Young, but I might be old, but we look young.
Mm.
We pick an age. We all have this. We have this ability. It's like if you like age 33,
Mhm.
that's your age. And that's
Mhm.
what we do. So I could be old, or and the time thing is weird too.
Mhm.
But I've picked a place 30-ish. I
Yes.
see it's like a little tornado,
Mhm.
like a but there's colors. It's colored. Maybe better like if you empty water down the drain.
Mhm. Mm.
Maybe they come for the age thing.
Uh-huh.
Could be. Because he doesn't appear sick.
Yes.
He's kind of pudgy. It's probably the same ex-husband. And I see it's like water going down a drain,
Mhm.
and it's above, and it comes to a point, and I think it's at the solar plexus.
Yes.
And maybe I'm putting the light into this energy.
Mhm.
I'm not getting that he's sick.
Yes.
You know, just maybe either balancing or
Mm.
opening something,
Yes.
but it's not, you know,
And this water, you
I
say that.
see
Uh-huh.
the temple and the gardens and the slab. It's all very beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Where? Where?
And the water, you say that different colors and swirls, is where's that at?
It's not water. It looks like maybe water,
Okay.
but it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Energy,
It's energy.
and it's light. It's different color, subtle lights, but the main colors, no pastels, blues, and well, yeah, soft colors. It's like there's this little mini tornado. It has two layers, and those colors are on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like a whirl. I'm not sure what it's doing
Mm-hmm.
to the man.
Mm.
And people come for this. I see other people coming for this healing.
Yes. Is there like lines waiting, or is there multiples of these
Just
energies?
different people on the slab.
Okay.
I say slab, big, beautiful marble
Mm-hmm.
table. I'm still getting something to do with spinning, and I'm not sure what I'm spinning other than this tornado thing.
Mm-hmm.
Tornado energy. I say tornado. It's not huge like that. It's probably
Yes.
5 feet above.
Mm-hmm.
It comes to. I think
Yes.
I'm manipulating that somehow.
You can manipulate that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's, and I add the colors.
Mm-hmm.
That's I maybe
Mm-hmm.
I sense or they tell me what's wrong,
Yes.
and I make the whirlwind. Whirlwind is a better description, not tornado.
Okay.
Create this whirlwind, and
Mm-hmm.
then whatever I put the lights in, I put the colors.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a light bulb. I mean, it's like a light, not just colors.
Mm-hmm.
They're light.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this is an important job or not.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. So
I just
what happens once they're done? What happens, for example, this man? So what happens next?
leaves, and
Mm-hmm.
then I. It's a beautiful place. I know that I see people on this slab. I don't know how often I do this,
Mm-hmm.
but pretty buildings, um, gardens everywhere.
Yes.
In the distance, I don't know where this is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Planet,
Look at
Atlantis,
mm-hmm. Look at your skin. What color is your skin?
very white, very white,
Do you,
almost
mhm. Yes.
very white.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel?
Delicate, pointed,
Oh.
long fingers.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel like um you're tall?
not overly one or the other, whatever the average is.
Good. Now, let's leave the scene and go to another important time in this life. What do you see now? You're there now.
Things breaking up. I'm in a building or cave, and there's stuff falling, crystals falling. Not really crystals, just stuff falling and shaking.
It's shaking? What's shaking?
Everything.
Everything. How do you feel? What's going on with you?
I put my hand up to see. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I do. Put my hand up as if I can stop whatever's going on. I'm scared. And we tried.
Yes.
We tried something. We tried. Yeah. It was mostly women, with a few men.
Yes.
And we would meet, and it's like a doctor's convention, and we would meet to discuss patients and stuff, and we'd discuss what was going on, but it was too late. It was too late by then. Some people left. Some of the doctors just, I see them getting in the boats and going someplace else way before things start. We knew there was nothing we could do. It was out of hand. It was so out of hand. There were like green, I don't even know how to describe them. They're like blobs. I don't know what somebody was trying to create, but they were these big green blobs things. I'm not describing. There were weird animal things, and it was just people were still coming to get healed. It was like nobody wanted it. It's like everything's fine. It's fine. Just let them do. Our lives are fine. Let them do. I'm seeing somebody.
Yes.
He's one of the doctors.
Yes.
I don't know what we call him ourselves. Very handsome, dark hair. And
Yes.
he was. I see him in the cave with me. I see him there, and we're both. I say young. I don't really think we were young in age. We both looked very attractive. And he's there. And he thinks he can get us off whatever's going on. Oh, here we are. I'm not sure. I think we get away. We do. He'd been planning for this.
Okay.
Secretly. Yeah.
How is it that you get away? Go there now. How does that happen?
Boat.
Can you describe the boat to me?
There were like, it looks like not like a yacht or anything big. It would only hold a few 20, like almost like a lifeboat, but it would have to be equipped. I think it had been hidden. It had been hidden, and that's why it couldn't be big or elaborate. But it didn't have to go too far. Whatever was going on, there were warnings that something bigger was coming. There were,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there were explosions or
Yes.
something. There were warning signs, and things were just so out of whack.
Mm.
But everyone was complacent. It was fine. We did whatever we did. I'm not sure what he did.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we just got in the boat. I think there were some other people there too.
Before you got in the boat, what you said that there was like animal testing?
There was stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
There was just very scientific stuff going on.
Mm.
There were, it wasn't unusual to see
Yes.
some weird looking creation. I don't
Mm.
know what, like
Okay.
a dog or whatever animals were around. It wasn't unusual,
Mm-hmm.
but it should have been. I mean, I'm not seeing
Yes.
anything other than it was just, it got to be the norm, like
Yes.
funny looking creatures.
What about
And
the beings like you? Did you all look similar, or did you all look different, or?
um, yeah, I think we did where I was.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing southwest corner where it wasn't far from other places, like
Mm-hmm.
other islands or other big places. I'm just seeing a map of that. And, but wherever I was, it was bigger and there was other stuff going on in other places. We were a little bit removed from some of the really
Mm-hmm.
weird stuff that was going on.
Yes. Very good.
Just removed from.
And do you know who was in charge of this place? Who ran this place?
See what looks like, how I could describe it would be like the Greek
Mm-hmm.
political assembly.
Mm.
It looked like there were a lot of running around and people that I don't know if they were elected or in charge,
Mm.
and in a tighter circle of the ones in charge, the ones in charge. Seen somebody who's kind of fat, a man,
Mm-hmm.
I, but I'm not sure that these people were actually in charge. They looked like they were in charge, but I don't know. Might have been.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing something else. I'm seeing there was outside influences.
Mm-hmm.
That they were either controlled or they were just doing what they were doing what told to do. They didn't really have any power. They acted like they did, but they
Yes.
didn't.
Mm-hmm.
They
Mm-hmm.
were in charge.
Very good.
Yeah, they were.
So, mhm. Okay. Anything else that you see that you want to share that's of importance of the city that you're at?
Just that I I don't know that I tried hard enough.
Mm-hmm.
I escaped. A lot of people did stay. A lot of the doctors,
Mm-hmm.
healers. they stayed till the very end, and I felt bad that I was jumping ship, but it was survival. It was very much survival. We would not have survived had our little group stayed. So I felt bad, but I understood why we did it.
Yes.
And I don't think there's more significance. I don't know who was really in charge. It was definitely not who we thought was in charge.
Mm-hmm.
That, but the people didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
The people didn't know.
Yes.
We didn't figure it out.
Mm.
Little things flying in the sky, though.
What is it?
Jets and things. Transport. We had space. Wherever we were, we could get around the sky. I don't know why we didn't do that when we left.
You could get around with what?
Wherever I was, there was the capability of little mini air cars or whatever.
Oh.
All I'm seeing is it like Jetsons, not like a big UFO, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, daughter Judy. They would, so there were capabilities
Mm-hmm.
of air travel wherever this was, and but we didn't escape by that. Little air cars.
Yes.
People got around. Lots of technology stuff. But it was pretty. It was very pretty there. Very pretty.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Very good. Anything else that stands out?
Just left.
Okay. So you say it's shaking. You said the ground is shaking. Or,
It was like a precursor to whatever was eventually going to happen.
mm-hmm.
And we saw that,
Okay.
and we left. We left before.
So you go on this boat and tell me what happens next.
We didn't go far.
Mm-hmm.
We were hopping till we found some other place.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, I don't know, just the maps were different. I'm not sensing which country or which continent or if this was Earth or I just pretty water, not like an ocean water,
Mm-hmm.
not a lake, but not enough to rock and tumble, and the weather wasn't bad.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have any adversity in this boat, and we went. We had sails, but I don't know if we put the sails up.
Mm-hmm.
We couldn't go by air because then we would have been spotted. A group like us.
Mm-hmm.
Where we went, but there were people there where we went.
Mm-hmm. So this place that you went to, did it seem similar to where you left? Like
Oh no,
how did that look?
simple.
Describe to me. You get off the boat. Is there many with you in the boat?
Oh, 10-ish, but we're not like a close group.
Mm-hmm.
It was like we were just some of the ones that knew of certain plans to get away from wherever we were, and there were different. It was like there were different escape routes, and a group of people knew of these. So it wasn't, so we would just go when we knew to go, and there would be different frames. So we weren't a tight group. And I think when we got to one location, some people just went off on their own kind of thing. And but it was beachy, and still wearing the white. He have a the man
Yes.
almost, I want to say like almost like a gladiator out. Well, not gladiator, but brown with a belt, like a skirt type thing. I think we wore something different, but this was for travel in like sand.
Let's look at the man's eyes. Let's look at his eyes. We can recognize his soul. Do you recognize who he is?
It's my son. It's my son.
Is your son? This is who you left with?
Yeah.
Okay.
We were in the cave, and there was shaking, and it's time to go. It's time to go.
Yes.
So
Okay. So where you're at now, is that safe now? Stable?
it's close to where we were. So I don't know. I don't know if this is the final destination. And other people don't necessarily know there's something else going on. So that's why we all split up. So as not to look like refugees.
Oh, okay.
And we all split up.
Okay, let's move time along. Oh, go ahead.
I was trying to see where people lived. I'm getting much simpler, not as ornate and as elaborate. It's where I'm getting like terracotta, but not Indian terracotta, but just like a clay, more of a clay instead of like the white marble.
Yes.
In streets.
Do these people have the advance like you were seeing, or where you went right now?
They seem simpler, but everything seems okay over here.
Okay.
Not, but it's kind of close. Although I'm not sure that something else didn't move the boat further. Now that I'm looking at that I didn't really see paddles or anything, so I didn't know. It's like, well, how have we gotten something else? I don't know, whirlwind or energy or something. We might move that boat further away to a place, that was sandier, not as. It was still green. There was a beach.
Yes.
And it was just, yeah. I don't know that they didn't have big technology. It was just that where we come from. All I can picture is it kind of looked like that Emerald City from Wizard of Oz, from a distance.
Yes.
It was like that everywhere, and everything it was like overkill with the turrets and crystal marble, and in this other place it was very simple. It was much simpler.
So once you're here, what is it that you do next?
I think we find one of these. I don't know if it's terracotta. It might just be orangey brown colored of some other material, but it feels like it's what it seems like. Simple. I don't know what we do there. Let's see.
Yes. Let me know what you see along the way.
I have something different on. I put my hair in a ponytail. I think we just live in simpler. Simpler. I've seen a table like with some fruit, like a wooden fruit bowl. See like bananas and apples and everybody's just, it's just simpler.
Yes.
I don't know if they don't have the technology or don't use the technology. I'm not seeing any crystals anywhere. But it's my son. He rescued me. If we're together, I don't know what, if we were colleagues or friends or.
Yes.
It was just a simple life. Simple.
Let's let's leave that scene there now. Leave that scene. Let's go to another important time in this life. What do you see now? You're there now.
I think whatever happened from where we had come from has happened. And it's like that was it. Whatever's going on, it's like I see black clouds in the sky. There's no escape. There's no, I don't know if it's gonna flood or.
Yes.
I think there's people that are scared and they're coming out onto the street. But we know what they've done, or they've done something.
Yeah.
And we're calm. We're actually calm. We know what's going on, and I think that's why we didn't either marry or get hooked up with anybody. It's like we knew whatever was going to happen it wasn't going to be long. We got away and got to enjoy a little bit, but of being with the simple life. But people they don't know what's going on. They're running around, and we're not even on the big place. But I see the clouds. It's dark. I don't know if they're clouds. It's black smoke, maybe. Just resign, sitting at the table. Let's enjoy something simpler. It's all done.
So what happens? What happens when it happens? Describe to me what you see.
Flood. Just the floods. Water up over the beach. Comes up over the house. Trees. Just resigns. Drowns or panics or I don't see anybody, killing themselves or anything. There's always that hope, people think no matter what, it's like, I can survive this, or I will survive this, or I'm not going to die. And
Yes.
we knew that was it. That, I don't know, I might have thought the whole planet was going to go. Resigned. But we were content that we left, and I don't know what the time frame was, but we left early enough that we still got to enjoy some simple,
Yes.
Nice life there.
Was there a name to where you lived?
I might have been Atlantis, might have been someplace else that I don't have in my head.
Yes.
I don't.
Very good. Now,
I'm still getting a scene of me, like in a UFO, a little craft.
Okay.
And I'm fighting.
Let's go there now then. You are in a UFO? Describe what's going on. Can you describe how the UFO looks?
This square, like a one-person craft. And I'm in it. I think. You see me flying. There's war.
Look at yourself. How do you look? How many fingers do you have?
Paws with some claws, maybe. Yeah.
You have claws? How many paws?
Paws.
Okay.
Yeah. Finger paws. Finger paws.
How's your skin look?
Like a stuffed animal with not hairy, thick, but like a smooth coat. Browns and darks. Just flying around. Like a scout.
Do you feel female, male?
Female.
Let's look at your head, your facial features. How do they look?
Ears. Dog ears, but I guess they're cat ears. Nose. I don't see, maybe little whiskers, not lots. Oh, I'm on a mission. I feel important. I'm doing something. I'm protecting the territory or something. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm very warriorish, and I'm flying around my craft, and I don't know if it's important or not, but I feel flying around triangular. I think I'm just a scout. I'm scouting the enemy. I'm getting lots of enemies. But anyway, I don't know that's important. That vision came to me.
Very good. Anything else you see from this vision here, this life?
I just stay out there doing important work. I feel yes.
Thank you. Now I honor you, I thank you, and I respect you for all the aid you have given us today. I know that you hold all of the records of Tracy's different lives. May I ask questions?
Yes.
Good. Thank you. Why is it that you chose to show Tracy in this life, the original life where she was in look like Renaissance ages? Why is it that you showed her this life? What was the purpose to it?
Put away the silly curiosities, the lessons learned, moved on. Just stop being curious about things that just don't matter anymore.
Yes. Good.
The lessons learned.
Yes.
Some stuff, it's simultaneous. So things are going on at the same time, which messes everybody up. They can feel that sometimes, and they just have to acknowledge it. And that
Yes.
they make an energy that something somewhere, in a place far, far away that may be going on. Just integrate it,
Mm-hmm.
integrate. Don't
Mm-hmm.
dwell.
Yes. Great advice. Thank you. Is that all you want to say about that life?
That meant integration with all of those lives,
Mm-hmm.
all of your lives. You may feel hatred or anger or warlike, and there may be other realm aspects, destruction going on. You're getting a pulse, a wave,
Mm-hmm.
and it may not have anything to do with this time, space, place. You just integrate it, acknowledge.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So much going on, so much going on almost simultaneously.
Yes. Is it hard for the human mind to comprehend it?
Yeah, but it's just such a tiny you've been it all, had it all. You've
Mm-hmm.
been, gone to been part of the apex
Mm-hmm.
and scattered down now. And so it should be a good experience to combine all this stuff, put it all together,
Mm-hmm.
wrap it all up. It's all going on, and you know how to do it. You know how to do it. You know.
Yes. Good. Now that life that you showed her, where she was in that look almost futuristic, I guess you could say, city. where there was the slabs and the energies and the floating vehicles. What was the purpose of you showing her this life?
There's strands of fear that run through your genetic makeup. Strands of fear that the ground's going to shake, and earthquake, floods, and there's that strand of fear, and it runs through humanity. There's always that fear, and it's important to let that fear go. Fear of bad leaders and bad being in bad geography, and it's the fear of that. Having been through something like that, everybody's been through it. You've drowned, you shot, you didn't. This one's having lots of arrows, long epochs of arrows being shot at one another. It's the fear of the foundations coming out from underneath you.
Yeah.
So, in that time, she was able to temporarily get by it. Maybe that extra time, enough to say, it's like, it's easy. Everybody needs to be easy. Not take it all in and be afraid, and the ground is shaking and the floods are coming. It's like you've been through it. Yes.
What was the name to this place she was at?
That was what we call Atlantis.
Yes. Thank you for confirming that. What was it that she was doing in this temple? What was her role there?
She figured out what everybody wanted was to maintain their youth. She figured that out, and there was a lock and energy. She could just move that energy, and there weren't that many that could do that. And that wasn't considered necessarily would be what you would call now elective surgery. Yeah, it was, but everybody did it. Everybody wanted that, and they just, they stayed youthful, and it was fine. It was the same as everybody just wants to put off aging and death, and she's getting old is the quickest way to dissolve egos, So how do you stay young? But that's what she was doing. She was keeping people youthful. Not so much health related. I mean, if they had an ache or a pain, they would go to somebody else. And this was just, it was the light and the energy, and she could manipulate that. It was a quartz.
Was there there was a what?
Slab.
Quartz slab? Is that
where
what
she?
And with this quartz slab, she was able to manipulate the energy then to.
It was just more of the use of the crystals. There were other crystals nearby. She really she worked with a few. It was mostly she would integrate. The crystals have information on how to get to all of this information. It certainly doesn't do anybody any good right now.
Mm-hmm.
to refocus from their spiritual work into their organic work. So this is not, I mean, it could be used. There's certain crystals that hold the codes to that,
Mm-hmm.
and that can be transferred in energy blast, if you will, to people. There's a it's like a coil that would go around your DNA, and it's like a little, it keeps either young or visually. Physically, you can go to the other healers, physicians.
Yes. Mm. Very interesting. um, is there a dimension that Atlantis coexisted? Is there a number dimension it was in, where she was at?
There were a number of different dimensionals that were cohabitating. There were many dimensions that were all cohabitating at this location. They could intermingle. I think that is what you mean. There was just different. Um, Not necessarily everybody could see everything, but there were higher dimensions. There were lower dimensionals, and it was a cohabitation arrangement. And there were higher dimensionals there that um, there are higher dimensionals that aren't light-sided, so their just balance got out of whack. The balance got out.
Mm-hmm. And was there like different races? Was there a specific race that was living there in Atlantis?
They took on the human image, the attractive, youthful human image. That was what people were comfortable with. There were remote areas where giant pipes that they didn't they didn't have the ability to put on their uh, normal human look, so they stayed they stayed at least far away from this one. Yeah, mostly everybody. They may have yeah, they shifted it, amongst themselves perhaps. Seeing blue, there were blue. I'm getting Syrians, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there were other races. They all liked that white human, masculine and feminine um, suit, coat, visage that they kept. That's a very popular look. It's a very popular look. It seems to be popular in places that it's just been introduced, not just time wise, but it's like, oh, that's an attractive look. So
Very good. Let's see. And when she left the area that seemed more developed, uh, and she went to another area where it was less. Was that still Atlantis, or what did she do there?
that would have been it would have been a place that's not so much there anymore. More, there's a much wider area between where Eurasia, Africa, the Middle East area. It's very different geographically.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and they didn't float, bob across the ocean. It was, they were there. Thought energy, they just transported probably closer to what would now be that whole Persia. It wasn't banned at the time.
Mm-hmm.
It was, you know, Persia, um, yeah, that area.
Mm-hmm. And did the whole Atlantis go down then? The whole area? Was that all called Atlantis?
Well, it did. It put a, you know, just it put a kibosh on everything. I mean, there
Yes.
was it. That whole region was just unlivable.
Mm.
People died. Chunks of it went
Yes.
south. Big
Okay.
chunks of it, which is her fixation with that whole Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
Total fixation to get me to the Caribbean islands there, a little chunk of it,
Mm-hmm.
more of it up there. It was just, you know, everything got displaced at that time. So it was devastation and death. But as far as this one went, she just lived it out, but not a lot of survivors, unless people went really far um, south, further, much further south. They
Yes. So there was
widespread
still
devastation.
sand. There was still land that didn't sink in. Correct? Is what you're saying? There was still some areas.
Yes, yes. Large areas
Okay.
across South America, Antarctica.
Yes.
Um, yeah, large land masses, and and lots of people. There didn't wipe out everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was just the places that did survive um, are the people. They it was different living conditions. The weather changed, and you could either adapt. The people either adapted to that or they did not. And so
Mm-hmm.
that was that.
Mm. Very good. Anything else you want to tell her about this life you showed her?
No, just general, you know, stop. It's a remembrance
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people are getting of the death and the destruction, and it's just
Mm.
a little fine um, hair in your genetics that you remember the devastation, or you remember you know, fighting for your life, or a time when the weather changed, or you know, it's just these things happen. You can't be fearful. Shouldn't be fearful.
Yes. Very good. And now, the life that you showed her, the last one, where she was like a cat-like being in the spaceship. What was that about? Why'd you show her that one?
Uh, future. That's
It's
not
in
the
the future.
past.
Oh,
See?
future.
She, her future self has told her that she makes it fine, stop worrying. If more people would just stop, let this flow. It's not it's not complicated. It's not complicated.
Mm-hmm.
You explore, you have fun, you be human, because there's a lot of fun stuff you guys get to do. A lot of fun stuff that you don't get. There are countless other places they never get to taste anything. They don't know what a good meal tastes like, or uh, oh, sex. You know, your imagination. And this is what constantly with us. We just dream it, think it, be it. But there's so many others. They don't have an imagination. They just, it's like, can you imagine? Everything is just gray. Everything just code, like you're looking at JavaScript. You're not thinking, you can't sit there and dream something up. And then at some point, you have the ability. And here it is. And so I can't share this part as to why your future selves may start looking more like your dominant, where you is your dominant place, not of origin, that's of course source, but you may start taking on other characteristics which are good. And if you want to negotiate some of those, taller, thinner, prettier, handsomer, maler, femaler, blonder. You can negotiate some of this with your future self. Just get in touch with your future self and say, "Do I make it okay?" And if your future self answers, you know you make it okay. And then you just go on with things. Like, what next? What next do I do to enjoy this? Because if you know you make it, if you know you get to that side, whether you have a chocolate chip cookie or not, if you know that and believe that and say, I make it. I'm dimensional, I'm all light, I can lightning bolts. If you know that and believe it, you just stop worrying about all this. How am I going to get money? I'm too fat. Oh, the government. Oh, this, oh, that. If you just put all of that aside, just say, future self, do I make it all right? Am I living on the new earth? Am I living on Terra? Is it beautiful? And butterflies and unicorns? And your future self says, yeah. Then just let all this stuff go. It's not serious. It's just, and the more you know, or the more you can draw. Let me say that. The more that you can draw on your talents. See, this is what this one knows. She knows, oh, this talent. Give it to me now. It's like, well, you can't have it all now at once. It's like one thing at a time. And that would be your message. One, don't take it seriously. So, and remember, if you and everyone, if you just start, worrying and preventing, or get too complacent, or get too focused in one area, oh, believe me, a fire will start over here. It's like, oh, over here. Or you just let it be. Let it all be. Be easy with yourselves. And it'll be fine. But that's future. So.
What is it that she's doing? Great advice, thank you, by the way. What is it that
she's having fun. She's created this something, scooting around, want to see what's out there. Our dominant feline. There's a dominant there, so it's a more feline look. Not overly so. The human form is very, very coveted. Very coveted, along with your genes and DNA and everything. Is like, guard that and just be honored by it. And don't be fearful of collapse and explosions and this and that. And just know, laugh more,
Mhm.
explore more, and think of something new every day or learn something new. This one's learning new stuff. Oh, very complicated stuff she's taking on, but
Good. Good. Do you have a name as her higher self?
she knows. And she'll know Emerald. That would be easy. Emerald.
Okay. Very good. Can you scan her body right now? Is right now a good time to scan her body before we start asking her questions? Can you scan her body and see if there's any healing needing to be done?
Tweaking.
Mm-hmm.
Tweaking.
Yes.
Tweaking ovaries.
Okay.
Tweaking knees. Back.
Mm-hmm. Yes, she said
Shoulders.
she had some back pain in the past.
Sat. Sat. Hard chair.
Mm-hmm.
Sat.
Are you healing that now? Her back?
She figured it out. Many
Okay.
of these things,
Okay.
you have to trust that you can heal yourself. She healed that back. She
Good.
healed that. She healed her leg.
Mm-hmm. Now, very good. She said she had some kind of flu around Thanksgiving, traveling, and stress. She thinks she might have picked up something from someone. Something's lingering in her body or lungs. Can you tell her about that?
Stop trying to peel. Stop trying to fix people that don't want to be fixed.
Mm-hmm.
Say something. Shut your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Can't take on their problems. Let them be. They'll figure it out or they won't. You can't take on
Yes.
she can't take on the issues. Just it's just oh, I can fix this one, I can fix that one, and
Mm-hmm.
I'll take that on. Oh, just writing, freeing up the hands to write.
Mm-hmm.
Um, back, just sitting, writing, computer.
Okay.
It's all good, nothing serious.
Okay. Good.
The feeling of that carryover, it was um, taking on the troubles of some of the family and people that were encountered during that trip. Long drive, stressful, everything's fine. It's fine. Just don't take on others. Don't take on other people's problems, or you will find them in your body.
Mm-hmm. What's the best thing to do then if you come across someone that has problems? And you said to basically say something and then leave it alone. Anything else that you would give advice for?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Say whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's you're telling, basically. They will say, problem, you be silent for a moment
Mm-hmm.
and let the answer come and speak the answer. Now, some people won't listen, so it's like energetically take your hands and put them over their ears
Mm-hmm.
for a moment and then make them stop talking.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Make them stop talking. You
Mm-hmm.
make them stop talking for a minute. Say what they soul to soul, self to self, what they need to hear, what would help them speak directly to chit chat. It just nobody's listening. Nobody's listening to each other.
Mm-hmm.
You chitter chatter, and type in the social media, and everybody chatters back and forth, and there's little substance in general,
Mm-hmm.
not specific anyone, but in general, there's just chatter, and oh, chatter. Instead, pause. If someone says problem, problem, I have a problem that is X,
Mm-hmm.
you take that in and say, what is that real? What's the real problem here? You can look and assess. You look and assess. Okay, this person doesn't physically healthy. This person's mouth turned down or sad. There's something else going on. They're unhappy. Whatever the problem is,
Mm-hmm.
it's not usually something different. So you let them chatter for a minute and you energetically cover their mouths, their ears. Speak what healing is and shut up for a minute. And if it doesn't sink in, they're not ready. They're not listening.
Yeah.
But don't take it in. Don't say, oh, I must shake this person until they hear what I'm saying. Or if I write these certain words, they will hear what I'm saying. It's just say it. Everybody's going to get to where they're going to go. And there's so much energy coming in for everybody. So much help. All they have to do, all some people have to do is they'll just like see a word and
Mm-hmm.
they'll say, oh, look that, and it leads them to this and it leads them to that. Everybody's guides are right there. Everybody's trying to help. And you do what you can, but it's not an arm twisting event. It's like either they'll come to you and say, what about? Or they won't.
Very good. Thank you. Great advice there. Now I'm going to ask her questions. Let's see where she says she gets a glimpse into some of the lives and she's curious. She has something to do with the DNA and genetics, may have been in Egypt, Ishtar related, which includes fascination with bloodlines and the Rh negative blood Lyran. Can you tell her more about that?
As much that will not send her off into a tizzy, but
Okay.
the bloodlines, there are bloodlines. They've been prominent throughout Earth history. The bloodlines have been prominent,
Mm-hmm.
and all got to enjoy. Um, it's difficult without setting up this good guy bad guy scenario. Everybody was a good guy. Everybody was a bad guy. The bloodlines, there is something more. It doesn't necessarily do anybody any good to say, well, yeah, there are particular bloodlines that have been more in charge. Many of those have appeared to be in charge, but they were more under the influence. But those bloodlines were, they were preferred, perfected, kept close. It was misguided because the humans, the way they're set up, it didn't work so much because of the shortened lifespans. Now, in other races, a bloodline, you could live much longer, way much longer. So it was less relevant to, you know, if you bred with a cousin, sister, brother, for the bloodlines to stay pure as others deemed it necessary to keep that bloodline going. It just got kind of out of whack that everybody knew who had what blood, who was related. Fewer people. It got more difficult the more humans there were. But there was a notion that this bloodline was better, smarter, richer, and that's becoming less the case now. But there is some relevance there, and everybody, if it means something to somebody, they would have to go inside to work that out. If they were having inner conflicts related to, oh, I hate the Anunnaki, or oh, I hate all the reptiles, or oh, I want to kill all the Syrians, or the, you know, let's hate this group. That would be something that might be within these bloodlines, and that's less relevant now than it would have been 100, 200, 500, 1,000 years ago. So, again, curiosity.
Very good. Thank you. Let's see. So the crystal healing, she wanted clarification. Where was it? I think we already touched that, but yes, it's at the Atlantis, right? Anything else you want to tell her about crystal healing that she did another time? Like if she has she says specific healing skill during the time she could draw now.
Work on it. Yeah. Try it on herself. If it works, bottle it, sell it. You know, that skill can be done with other things other than the age modification. So she knows how to do that. It's just we don't understand. It's very difficult. These are things you don't remember anything. You don't remember your skills, and we understand that. But until everything is mastered, and we were kidding with her with shutting down all the electronics. It's like, you gonna get antsy? You gonna get pissed? What are you gonna do? You know? It's like everything's a test. You walk away and say, and it's almost like every minute the humans have to do that. You can't unleash Atlantean scale energy powers on you until you can handle them, until you can. She had a thing last week at the grocery store. How are you gonna handle it? And it's almost a conscious thing now. Everybody has to do it. You have to get to a point where nothing makes you mad anymore. Because if you get mad and you can throw a lightning bolt, how's that going to work? It's just not. Until you can forgive, your bloodlines, until you can just, the computers, the electronics don't work. What are you going to do? Well, if you have the power to go, now they work, which and believe that. You got to believe it too. What was the question?
Um,
Oh, the powers. Yes, those are the powers. More and more will come. More and more.
good.
You'll get more and more and more. Everybody will. Whatever their love, they will draw on their own memories. They can do.
Good. And how will this quantum healing aid her as far as developing this?
She's curious. She's such a direct connection. She's just ask. She's like, I'm curious. It's like, confirm this for me. Don't trust yourselves. You don't trust yourselves.
Yes.
And we understand. We do to a degree. To a degree. But at some point in time, these are all the lessons. This is what it involves, living in a more refined density. It's more refined, and it's a playground. And this is um, death by 1,000 cuts and annoyances and little things. If you can't drop the little things, then you can't sustain refined existence of harmony. And when everybody knows what everybody's thinking, you can't just like, I don't like you, that does not work. So it's just daily, you're going to get just all these little annoyances, you got it. You just, as soon as the humans can just say, okay, all right, whatever, I'm done, and laugh and smile. And everybody keeps forgetting this is about exploration. This is about something new. Do something new tomorrow. Think up something, learn something, go somewhere, It's all about this accumulation of experiences, reactions, more reactions. Dream it. Can you dream something? You want to go to a place where you can manifest something with your thoughts, but you can't sustain uh, a thought longer than this few seconds. Just these are all, and that's what a lot of the little daily annoyances are about. And everybody did fine today. You did fine today. We shut down all the computers. We said, this isn't going to work. No, just forget it. Go back, take a nap. And everybody just said, yeah, it works. And all the electronics were fine. That's every day. And as soon as everybody starts figuring it out, that they have the ability to just think things fixed, think things found, think that they can just do this, and then you'll be able to live in that refined, beautiful existence. That you let go of things, let go of the little things.
Yes. Thank you. Okay, so let's see what else she has here. She says she loved her mermaid self. Can she please share with her mer family how much she loved them and any skills from the experience she can draw from now that she's forgotten?
That's beautiful existence. She always knew that mermaid life too. From the time she got to a bathtub, she knew that. Oh, everybody's all connected. Everybody's connected. That everybody knows. Everybody loves each other off of this realm. Other realms, it's all family. And it was all about the fun. it was all about community and group activity, and um, it was laughter and fun, and that's always the reminder of that. Like the dolphins now, always smiling, and they're getting murdered and just experimented on, and they smile, and it's the same. It's the same with the whole, mermaid thing. It's fun. Go have fun. Go to the water and have fun and swim and get in and flap your tail. Anybody who has a remembrance of that, then that's what the message is. Smile, flap your tail, have fun.
Was this on Earth, or does mermaid exist in She Had?
Yeah, they've been around. They're dimensional. They can slip through fourth, be visible sometimes in third, rarely. Fifth, Tau Ceti, some from Tau Ceti. Dolphins, watery planets, other planets you don't know the names of. And yeah, deep. A lot of them are deep, still around some, but there might have been in between periods. Atlantis, your Lemuria, whatever you want to call it, that landform. Yeah, not not exactly like My Little Mermaid, but it was, yeah. But it was to bring that fun frequency and the fun, the laughter, group activities, groups, staying together, one for all for one, unified. That's that energy.
Good. How long do the mermaids live? Do they live long times? Long time in those vessels?
Long time. They have danger, though. There's danger, and they know that, and they want that experience. They've come to Earth to do the frequency thing, and it's not like it was. It's all 3D here now. It's all the dense three dimensionals. There were areas on the planet that the mer could interact with more, not like walk around and marry a human like the movies, but there, you could spot this more. They're a little more fish-like than they are portrayed. But yeah, in the dimensions, until this very heavy coding, three-dimensional coding, I've seen like a syrup, a thick, muddy syrup. Prior to that, there could be more interaction.
Good. Thank you. Anything else you want to tell her about the Mermaid Life?
Have fun. Get in the water more. Go on vacation.
Yes.
Everyone, get in the water more. Go on vacation.
Very good. Now, she says she loves the 9-dimensional Arcturians who have helped her so much with her downloads and transmissions. She knows that they are always there, but us humans need necessarily confirmation. So she wants to say thanks and anything they'd like to add.
They're with me. They're always with her. We're all together. She holds her hands out when she connects with them, and she knows. And yes, the 9D Arcturians, if people would call upon them, they have very down-to-earth communications, which is why they communicate very well, are really trying to help to provide um, actionable information on the day-to-day stuff, not the airy-fairy stuff, not the, oh, picture the violet flames. A lot of people don't relate to that. A lot of people have more of a scientific mind, and give them something sound, like do X, Y, Z. This is a good path. Don't, and a lot of people prefer, the humans prefer the grandiosity of big wingspans, and it's not within them to say, oh, these are different planet people. That's not where they are. Her Arcturians, she's an Arcturian. She knows Arcturians. It's all family. Very much are here to assist, but they'd assist anybody. If you've got that science, logical mind, and you find you're not relating as well to the big images of clouds and angels and that sort of thing. Now, many people are, and it's perfectly fine to commingle whatever works on where you are in this mindset. Use whatever you like. They're all just energy blobs anyway. So it's kind of like we've given them these characteristics. We've got blue Arcturians, and the Syrians are blue too, and the archangels are robed and winged and sworded. Whatever works for you. Easy on yourselves. But yeah, her experience with there, she's enjoyed me.
Perfect. Thank you. Very good. Let's see what else she has here. Okay, she says she had a very interesting childhood, wondering about the dynamic, her mother, her father, grandparents. Any clarification on what her connections were? They were more like a group of strangers under the same roof.
It's just a very, very long time between just distance and time frame when these humans were human and interacted. Very long time ago on very different levels. They're all fine. These souls are very, I'll just say it again, scientific minded. They were never on the love frequency. Maybe other universes, other distant locations, that it's not really like anything that is translatable, but they came in as humans. They've been human before. Father did not take well to the human existence at all. Very unhappy. That spread to everybody. Everybody around. The one grandmother, she's with her, but it's very difficult for some to come into their human existence, and it's harder for others. Some of these bloodlines didn't have a lot of human incarnations, so they were very prepared. Did not learn the love frequency. Some are back. Some are back already. In the distance. So can't go track some of these entities, these humans down. It's it was just whatever the lineages were. This was a good match. This was good timing to come in. this was a very interesting time in the human timeline also. Very interesting. It was it was a short epic, but many changes. 60s, 70s, 80s, your 80s, 90s, 2000s. It's just so just these factors all came together. And none of these people, they've known each other. It was more of a handshake contractual event than a over and over and over love connection, twin flame scenario. So nothing wrong, nothing bad. Everybody likes each other, loves each other, respects each other. That was all. It's a time coming together.
Thank you. Let's see. She says she had a deja vu experience around she was 9 or 10, and she always remembered. She can still call up every detail of that deja vu in the station wagon, on the street. If something happened, maybe a time shift or a switch, a timeline jump, what happened then?
That was a bigger time jolt. That was not just for her, just happened in an instant, but it was a jolt. This would have been in the 60s. This would have been a time where there were some historical events in play, and there was manipulation, perhaps. There were things going on that really had nothing to do with her, but her, she picked up with something. There was wasn't a loop. It was, the event had happened, but it hadn't happened the way certain manipulation had wanted it to happen. So that whole, like a Mobius strip, if you were to cut out a portion of it, you cut that out and you put something else in, there would be a little ripple. And for anybody who was aware, they would have known that, like if you were driving down a street, even if you didn't know what a deja vu was seen before, if you were driving down the street, you would look out and know that you'd already done that. So that is what that is about. And nothing personally to do with her. It was more of something larger. It was in that time frame, I know you're curious, where everybody was getting the large figures within your region were getting assassinated. That was what was going on, and something hadn't worked out, and another group came in. They cut a piece of that Mobius strip out, replaced it the way their timeline they wanted it, and let it loop, let it run. So that's what that.
Very interesting. Say that again?
If you were around in the 60s.
Oh, maybe a fractal of me, but not me specifically.
Yes. For those who were around in the 60s.
I know, I'm just joking. Let's see. She says she's dreaming of a creation to turn her 10 acres into a garden paradise, to bring earth beautification and earth healing into 3D. Practice in my manifesting too. May she request assistance for the elementals and fate to assist with the project. She has poor soil and not enough rain and too many bugs and critters, and if it's a good time and appropriate, she'd like to call in her dragon to help her and for her proper introduction. So yeah, she's got 2 things there. So can we talk about her land and how she can further develop that?
She has to visualize section by section, because that's how she thinks. She'll establish areas, visualize it as a whole. She can't affect she can't make it rain. She could work on that, but that's not going to happen overnight.
Mm-hmm.
She's got to don't plan so grandiose and finish what you start. Start what she did around the house where she can irrigate and go out that way. She wants to snap her fingers and have it all be a park, like setting. And it's not going to happen overnight unless you believe that anybody can do it. But I don't believe at this stage that's within her skill set to snap the fingers. She's going to have to 3-dimensionally figure out how to improve that soil. What is it going to need? How does she handle everything? And as the vision becomes reality, then she'll believe there's this energy exchange that some energy must be put out in order to receive. That if you start putting out the work, the time, the effort, the planning, the imagination to make this area and then this area, then this area, all of it, and then you go out from there with the perimeter. As that becomes beautified, then poof, then you believe, and you would believe that it could be done. Simple as that. Yeah. Anywhere you live, if you live out in the middle of nowhere, there are going to be some critters, and do what you can. You cohabitate, fence, block them off. Not big problems to have.
Okay.
Big problems.
Very good. And is it time for her to meet her dragon friend? Does she have a dragon friend that would like to talk and connect with her?
She's getting tired.
She's getting tired.
Too much energy.
We're just about to finish up. Can we get this last one in and then we can bring her back, or is that okay, or should we end it?
Yeah, she's painting a dragon for her son.
Mm-hmm.
A gentle way of trying to introduce more and more to her son.
Yes.
And she's painting the dragon. She can see hers. She doesn't believe what it looks like. Mm-hmm. And she'll have to work more on that. And you can help her with that. You can, if you focus in and
yes,
you have more of the skills with the dragons. It's a realm that's outside her 3-dimensional skill set.
Yes.
She's tired. Okay. You're tired. It's just, there needs to be more. she can picture the dragon.
Okay.
You can assist her with that. You can call things up like that. Don't
Okay.
just, let this go for now.
Very good. Should we end it now then?
Sure, everyone's.
Okay, very good. And just right before we end it, is there anything that I could have asked or should have asked? Any advice you have for her or I or anything else?
Oh, we're full of advice. Full of advice. It's just, it seems there's a division within divisions that everybody wants to dig their heels into a position that I have to do X, Y, Z, or I will miss out on New Earth or ascending or body healing or all this. And so much of it is just relaxation. If you thought, this is for all the humans, if you thought you were going to live to be 500 years old, what would your hurry be? Even if you thought you were going to live to be 120 and not be old and decrepit, what would your hurry be right now? It's like, okay, I think I'll work on this skill, or I think I'll try this new thing, or I will do something. I'll just do something fun for a week. There wouldn't be such a hurry because time's been compressed. Many people feel that and know that.
Yes.
Sure, you know that.
Yeah.
From year 99 to now, it's literally been like this. This is just, and it's all just this compacted memory. And you think back, it's like, what was it, 10 years ago? It's like, no, that was, in your phraseology, that was maybe a year and a half. Maybe.
Yeah.
It's this compressed time. So even if you're age 50, you may only be 30 with this compressed time. Start acting 30, feeling 30 if you're 50, feeling 35 if you're 60. This is and that's why you've got these young people in their home, in their basement. They're 13. They're 13, and the time's just so. And the more you slow down, put the phones down, put the calculators, put the calendars down, you start to feel the no time, just why she's a hermit living out. That'll change eventually. You just put all this stuff away. Time's compressed, so that would be the overall message. It's just relax. You're gonna be around for a long time, but just think you're gonna live another bunch of years. You've got plenty of time to sort it all out. Easy.
Very good. Thank you. It was such a pleasure to talk to you. You are very insightful. I love your messages, your advice. Very beautiful. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I honor you. I love you and I respect you. Thank you for everything you did in aiding Tracy today and given messages as well. Do you think she should share this on YouTube?
So probably fine. And thank you. And thank anyone who gets anything from these messages. They're universal.
Yes.
They're what your future self would tell you. Your past selves, your current self, your higher self. It's all the same message.
Yes.
Easy. Fun.
Yes.
Explore. Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Blessings. I'm going to bring her back now, okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That was fun.
I didn't realize I kept slipping further and further down. That Elmo, the guy with the forehead sticking out.
That was awesome. That was fun. I loved your higher self, or that was amazing. Great advice all around. Great
Oh my God.
comments. Great information. How do you feel?
Where I am, where I get my sense of humor. Everything
Yeah.
playful,
Yes.
playful.
Hmm.
Not. I've watched some of the tapes,
Hmm.
and some of the higher selves they're kind of mean. They're
Uh-huh.
kind of scolding to some of the people,
Yeah.
and
She was
but
she was good. Like, she was tough, but not too scolding. It was all really good, like, information that she gave. It was really good.
yeah, it's just it's just everybody. It's just the whole human experience. That's always been one of my things. It's like, why didn't we get a rule book? Why don't we have any directions for any of this? Or that was always just one of my gripes that, you know, but it has to be that, you, we didn't handle the power before. And it's so weird because I was trying not to, it was like I asked these questions, and then when I was getting the images, it's like, well, is this just because I asked the question and I'm seeing this? And then it was like, well, you wanted to know, it's like, well, this is what you wanted to know. Why'd you write the question? If you wanted to know about something else,
Yes.
it was, I was trying to get rid of that
Yes.
preconceived that some people were shown things that were just like horrible or that they didn't want to see.
Mhm.
I was almost kind of like, I don't really want to see any of that crap, It's like, I've forgiven it all. But anyway, so I kind of was like, well, am I seeing this just because I asked for it or what? This can't fix everybody, You can put it out there. I don't know what I said in regards to that, but something about,
You had great
if they
advice all
wanted to,
around. Yeah.
really.
Every single thing I aligned with it, and it was all great advice. Yeah.
Yeah. And I know you get curious about things too.
Hmm.
And I'm sure your higher self just starts laughing at you like, going, you couldn't have just asked us? What?
Yeah.
What? We
Yeah.
couldn't have asked?
Or
It's like you're
even then,
connected.
like, they give you the answer and then you ignore it, and they're like, oh,
Yeah.
you know.
And there's definitely advice I'm kind of ignoring right now.
Hmm.
Um, that I've been isolated. I needed that. It was great. Party's over. Go out into the world. Go do something.
Hmm.
Go be. Go do. Go jump. Go play. So I'm just going to take more vacations. I keep slipping down them.
Yeah, drink water. Do you have water? Okay. Well, some of the well, we didn't do too much work on you, but you might feel a little tired, maybe flu-like symptoms, but that's typically when we have to do a lot of work on you. You were good. You take good care of your vessel, um,
I
energy-wise.
do.
Yes.
I'm what you would call a
Hmm.
what do they call them? Like minimal calorie consumer.
Hmm.
But I eat what I want. But I eat like one meal a day.
Hmm.
Almost 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Holy macaroni. I eat one meal, and it's usually, about a 2 or 3 ounce, maybe probably 2 or 3 ounce little piece of steak, half a cup of rice. I'm not a vegetable eater. I take broccoli pills, broccoli supplements. I take some supplements,
Yes.
but I'm just a very light eater.
Mm.
But see, a lot of people, I think they just get so caught up in, well, I can't eat that and I can't eat that. It's like, well, you won't at some point. Don't beat yourself up. You're in
Mhm.
3D, you're physical, have fun. With the whole overweight thing, that's a different story. But for the most part, it's like just eat what you need and then it will be there. It's like I smoke once in a while, but it's like I'm not going to do it forever. If I enjoy a glass of wine, it's like everybody's like, oh, I can't do that, or I won't, I won't make it to the new earth or something. It's like, anyway,
No.
that's how I feel. And I like expensive stuff. But that's funny. I knew I'd lived a lot of posh lives. But you're comfortable also. So it's not, I just don't think it's a bad thing this go around that we were allowed to have all this stuff.
And that's exactly what helps you be in the creative energy by having that mind frame.
Yeah.
They don't think that they can do that. Oh, how beautiful.
I'm painting that for my son. I just asked him, it's not done. I asked him, I said, well, what color do you like? What's your favorite color? He said blue. I said, air, water, earth, fire. And he said air. So that's a air dragon. But it's not done. And it's in watercolor. And I don't think the watercolors are dark enough. But anyway, so the dragon thing will come.
He's beautiful.
That's gonna, it's gonna be his. I'm seeing, and again, it's so hard. It's like I'm seeing white with translucent kind of greenish blue, just translucent-y stuff. But I'm gonna put that aside. When that's ready, that's ready. I just, like you, I'm sure, irons in the fire. I'm getting a little buzz here.
Your third eye, yeah. Yeah, you're going to feel that.
Yeah, just good.
Yes.
But,
very good.
Yeah.
That's the dragon trying to talk to you. Right there, when you felt that was the dragon trying to talk to you.
Possibly.
I see him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see him. The dragon.
Well, good.
Yeah, he's exactly how you said. And it's interesting, though. His skin is like, almost like it has life inside of it. Very interesting. I haven't seen that quite yet, like that. Like, there's movement inside his skin.
Interesting.
He's cool.
There's like
he's very cool.
Weird stuff. Really? Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
he's
you.
beautiful.
I knew I was getting tired.
Yeah.
And I kept slipping further down here. But this is where I'm comfortable anyway. I'm beautiful, got all my little crystals and all my stuff right here. Fun. My computers and but I could tell it's like, not the right time. Do your stuff and just relax, and you can't have everything all at once. You know that too. But that's gonna be interesting with your husband, working with your husband on stuff.
Yes. Well, he has his 40-hour job, and then he just helps. He helps very much. He's recently actually received a walk-in, so that's been pretty interesting.
I bet.
Yes. Of the two angels.
It's in your work, like a coming together to bring whatever you're doing is bigger, and you need reinforcements.
Yes,
that's what I'm seeing.
Exactly. Yeah, you got it right on. So then that's why he came last year. Was it a couple months ago? Yeah, maybe just a couple months ago. So life has definitely been a lot easier since. So there's lots of tasks that I need to create, or things that I need to create just to aid. So just taking it as balanced as possible, as organized as possible, trying to go easily with the flow. So yeah.
That's tough. What I have gotten, and I've gotten this very heavily, is that it wasn't really safe to do any of this stuff until pretty. There was just so much stuff going on.
Yeah.
With those guys, and those guys. And I don't know about you, but I know I have like a beacon in me, so everybody knows where I am and what I'm doing. And it wasn't safe. And I think for a time frame, I just shut everything down.
Yeah.
that's why when the floodgates opened, it was just like, whoosh, not more than I could handle, but it's like, well, why did I dismiss everything? I wouldn't even look stuff up on the computer for in the reviews. I actually buried some of the books that I had. Because they're good worm food and they're good for the soil. So I said, well, I'll put them to use. But it may have been like that for you too. Just lay low until you can come in.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do right now. So, yeah, taking every day slowly.
I think it's the other thing too. I don't think whomever was in charge of paying attention to this sort of thing, I don't think they've got the pull anymore, the sway or the ability to do things. As I'm just overall, and I just feel so protected now.
Yes.
I don't really even worry about much stuff. It's just I have an issue, or I get some little weird, ooh, I'm scared of that. It's really. So I think get to that point, it's like, don't care if you think we said anything that might benefit somebody else. I don't care.
Oh,
although
awesome.
I think you just got to
it doesn't matter as long as you have the words, is what truly matters, the words. And
I kept slinking down. Oh God, it was just so hysterical, Aurora. I kept looking, going, what's with the hair? It's like all of these lives, I must have negotiated. I had to have the big, good hair.
You do. You have fabulous hair.
I apparently have had it forever. But maybe when I was doing my contracts, I was like, all right, I'll go to Earth, but I want hair. I'm getting older, and so I don't have the looks that I used to have. So, but I still got the hair, which is very
beautiful.
strange. And I really, as you are,
yeah, that was fun. I love the Atlantis life. That was fun, and then you got to see your future self. That was fun as well.
That is fun. That is fun.
Yes. So your ego's going to try to tell you made it up and all this, but don't believe it. I saw it all with you, and I was there along the ride. We both couldn't have been making it up together.
Sounds me. Anyway, all right, I'll let you go. I'm tired. I got to walk around, and I know you're tired. And when I get the gardens all fixed up, but you are lovely.
Oh, thank you.
And you are very easy to bring all of this stuff out, and yeah, it really is, especially when you have an analytical way of thinking. That it's sometimes very hard to say. It's like, okay, I am seeing this. It's not just thinking this, but that's our. I do remember now me saying that our imaginations and our ability to do that. And I got this weird, like the Matrix thing.
Yes.
It's like there are whole other universes that's all there is. It's a Matrix way of thinking, and we've got this ability to anyway, I'll have to listen to that, but listen to that part. That just
I am going to listen to it because you're going to continue to get downloads and information like that. You're not going to remember it all, so I'll send it. I'll send you the original though, so you can look at that.
Don't hurry. I've got some.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right.
Okay.
And my dear.
Thank you again.
Love you. Bye.
Love you, sister. Thank you. Blessings.
Okay.
Bye.